Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing great. So guys, let's continue with our discussion on unit and batch costing, and most probably this is going to be the last lecture for this, right? Unit 1 second guys. Unit and batch costing. So in the batch costing, we have already discussed in the last lecture that what is this about the batch and how we prepare the batch cost sheet, right? That batch is what? A collection of things, a collection of items that are being processed together, right? The finished goods that are being put into the processing together and they will be manufactured together. That is a batch. Clear? Now the topic that we are going to discuss in this lecture is a very simple, a very interesting and already discussed topic. Let's see, the topic name is economic batch quantity. Economic batch quantity. Now, tell me, have you heard about something, a similar term that we have already covered? Something similar? Yes, sir, definitely. We have covered economic order quantity in material costing, isn't it? Do you remember that, or it's all over, sir? You do remember, right? Economic order quantity. So what was the concept of that economic order quantity? In material costing, when we discussed about the economic order quantity, we were talking about the raw material, the quantity of the raw material, the optimum quantity that should be ordered at one time so that the total cost is minimum, right? The similar concept applies here. In case of economic batch quantity, say you have a 50 students batch, right? You have a 50 students batch. Clear? Now, how you decided this number 50? How you have decided this number 50? This is the point, right? You say you are going to process 50 units at one time in a one batch, in particular batch. Then the question is that how are you going to decide this number 50? How are you going to decide that? Sir, it will depend upon where the total cost is minimum. Where the total cost is minimum. Right? Sir, what right? Sir, what is total cost? In this case, sir, you have told us that total cost should be minimum, but what is total cost, sir? Right? So in this case, the total cost comprises of two things. One is the setup cost, right? And the other one is the inventory holding cost. Inventory holding cost. Let's take an example that these are 50 students for whom you are going to run a class, right? There is a batch of 50 students. You have prepared a batch of 50 students. They are sitting in your classroom, right? It is an online class. This clear, and you have to play the classes. You are the coordinator of that center, and you are going to play the classes. Now, what is the setup cost? Every time there will be 50 students in that class, you will have to set up the class, prepare everything so that the class runs smoothly. You have to settle down all the people properly, isn't it? There is a cost for each and everything. Setup cost is preparing for the production run. Setup cost is what? It is preparing for production. Setup cost means preparing for production, right? So every time you have to process a batch, you will have to incur the setup cost. You have to prepare your tools, you have to clean your machinery, right? You have to prepare the production for the production, right? That is called my setup cost. Now what about the inventory holding cost? Sir, once the inventory is ready, you will obviously keep that inventory in some godown or something, right? godown rent can be there, salary of the godown keeper can be there. So the more the number of things in one batch, more the number of production in one batch, my inventory holding cost will increase. So these two costs are to be taken carefully. One is setup cost and the other one is inventory holding cost. Now, one major difference when we talk about economic batch quantity and economic order quantity in material costing, in economic batch quantity, we are talking about finished goods. We are talking about finished goods because the batch is going to be for the finished goods. We are going to process the raw material and convert it into finished goods in one batch, right? So how much finished goods should be manufactured in one batch? That is the point we have to study in economic batch quantity. How many units of the finished goods should be manufactured in one batch? Clear? The students who are sitting in the classroom, they are your finished product, right? They are going to be processed into the finished product, that is a chartered accountant. Now, how many chartered accountants, how many students should be accumulated in one batch? This should be taken care of, right? Two things to be considered. One is the setup cost, the other thing is the inventory holding cost. Right? I hope this is clear. The concept economic batch quantity, it is related to the finished goods, that how many number of finished goods should be produced in one batch, so that the setup cost means the pre-preparation for the processing is minimum, and the inventory holding cost, that is once the finished goods is prepared, we have to keep that finished good in godown on somewhere, right? That is my holding cost. So the combination of these two things should be minimum. Now, what is the formula for EBQ? So the formula for EBQ remains the same. EBQ is equal to under root of 2 multiplied by A multiplied by setup cost divided by holding cost. Right? Or I can say carrying cost only here. Instead of H, I will write C only. Right? What is A, sir? A is my annual demand for my product. Annual demand for the product. Right? In case of economic order quantity, we used to take the annual consumption of raw material. Here I will say the annual demand for the finished product, right? S is my setup cost, and C is my carrying or holding cost. Carrying or holding cost. Right? Now, if I have to do the comparison with economic order quantity in the material, there A is equal to annual consumption of raw material, right? O is equal to ordering cost. Instead of ordering cost, here we take it as setup cost. Now this setup cost, that means it is equivalent to ordering cost. It is equivalent to ordering cost. Carrying cost is similar. For the raw material we have to carry, and for the finished products also we have to incur the carrying cost. Right? So the concept is same. There we used to talk about the raw material, and here we are talking about the finished good, that how much quantity of finished goods should be processed in one batch, in one go. How many students should be there in the one class, so that the setup cost is minimum. That means you have to again and again set up the class for them, and the inventory holding cost, that once they are converted, once they have studied, will you be able to carry those much students, right? Will you be able to handle those much student? Inventory holding cost, once that much students have taken the admission, will you be able to handle them or not, right? Clear, sir? So this is about the economic batch quantity. Rest all the concepts remain the same as we have studied in the economic order quantity. The formula is same, right? Here we consider the annual demand for the product. S is the setup cost per setup, per production run, right? And the carrying cost or the holding cost per unit per annum, right? This will be per unit per annum. Clear? Any doubts? So this is the concept of EBQ. See, rest of the things will remain. If you want to calculate the number of setups, it will be same. It is EBQ. It will be the same. Annual demand divided by EBQ will give you the number of setups, how many setups you will require, right? If you want to calculate the annual carrying cost, that will remain the same. EBQ divided by 2 multiplied by carrying cost per unit per annum. Right? The type of questions, all the other concepts will remain the same, right? Okay, I'll write it down, like number of setups is equal to annual demand divided by EBQ, right? Total setup cost is equal to number of setups multiplied by setup cost per order, I can say setup cost per batch, right? Similarly, if we talk about the total carrying cost, total holding cost or total carrying cost, it will remain the same as we have already studied about it, that is EBQ, average inventory divided by 2 multiplied by carrying cost per unit per annum, right? So all these concepts remain the same as we have already covered in the material costing, the economic order quantity. The only difference is that there we used to talk about the raw material and here we are talking about the finished good. There we used to take the ordering cost because the raw material we are going to gather from outside, we are going to order from outside. Here we are talking about the setup cost because we are going to manufacture it, right? Then the carrying cost is the same. You have to carry the raw material also and you have to carry the finished goods also. The cost will be there. The down cost will be for the raw material also and for the finished good also. The store cost will be there for the raw material also and for the finished goods also, because the finished goods, it is not going to happen that you manufacture the finished goods and at the same time you are selling them, right? You will need some godown, you will store the finished goods, you will advertise your product, and slowly your finished goods will move towards sale, isn't it? Right? So this is the concept of EBQ and this was the last concept in this unit and batch costing, right? Let's see the questions now. Very easy question. Illustration number 5, this is from your ICI module only. Monthly demand for the product is 500 units. I have given it in my sheet also, right? Question number 5 and 6. Clear? Monthly demand for the product 500 units. Setup cost per batch is rupees 60. Cost of manufacturing per unit is 20 and rate of interest is 10% per annum. Determine the economic batch quantity. Now, first thing, very important, what is given? Monthly demand. What do you require? Annual demand. Now this is one area where lot of people would commit mistakes. Why? Because we are in a habit of rushing through the question, right? We are not in a habit of reading the question carefully, what is given in the question, and interpreting it in the right sense. What you need is, we need is the annual demand for the product, that is the yearly demand. And what is given? Monthly demand, right? So what will be the annual demand? Multiplied by 12, 6,000. Setup cost is given to you, cost of manufacturing per unit is given, and rate of interest, this will be your carrying cost. This will be your carrying cost and it will be calculated on your manufacturing cost. Right, there we used to calculate on the purchase price of the raw material, cost of raw material. Here we have to calculate the carrying cost on the basis of the cost of manufacturing. Clear, sir? So EBQ you can easily calculate. D is the total demand, basically annual demand. We have taken it as A, that hardly matters, you are taking it as A, D, whatever. Right, 60 is your setup cost and 10% of 20 rupees, that will give you 600 units. Simple. The only thing that you need to do is read the question very carefully, because that is one point that where you people commit mistakes quite often, right? So you need to be very careful with this thing, right, sir? So question number 5 with this is done. Let's move on to question number 6. Messrs KBC Bearings Limited is committed to supply 48,000 bearings per annum. That means It is the yearly demand. To Messrs KMR fans on a steady daily basis. That means we are the manufacturers. This KBC Bearings is the manufacturer of 48,000 bearings, right? It is estimated that it costs ₹1 as the inventory holding cost per bearing per month, and that the setup cost per run of bearing the manufacturer is 3,200. Now this is the setup cost given to you, 3,200. What they have played with is the inventory holding cost. Sir, why they have played? It is given ₹1, and that is what you will take in the examination. ₹1, question solved, right? Because we are not in the habit of reading the question. See, some people might say that, sir, you are repeating the things, but why I am repeating the things is that you should not forget them in the examination, right? What I have written here, see the notes. What I have written here, I have written carrying or the holding cost per unit per annum. That is for the year. And what is given here? It is given ₹1 as the inventory holding cost per bearing. That means per unit. But instead of per annum, they have given you per month. And that is where many of the students committed mistake in the July 21 exam, where this EBQ question was there. And that is where they also give per month. And I received lot of messages, sir, we have taken it as per month only. We have taken it as this much only. Will we get the marks? How can you expect the marks? Then you blame the institute. That institute is not giving the marks. It is your mistake that you are not reading the questions carefully, right? That is why practice is what makes the man perfect. You have to practice a lot. That is very important, right? So the cost per bearing per month, and that the setup cost is given to you. Determine the optimum run size of bearing the manufacturer. Any problem, right? I think one of the easiest things, A is given to you, this S is given to you. Inventory holding cost ₹1 per month. So for 12 months it is ₹12. So economic batch quantity 2 into 48,000 into 3,200 divided by 12. This is 1 multiplied by 12. Clear? Second part, state what should be the interval between the two consecutive optimum runs. We have already studied in the economic order quantity the interval between the two orders, right? So for that, first we have to calculate the number of optimum runs. That is annual demand divided by EBQ 10, right? You have to round it off to the next number. Then the interval is 365 days divided by the number of optimum runs, 36.5 days between the two runs, right? Then is find out the minimum inventory cost. What is meant by this inventory cost, sir? We have one, the setup cost, the other is the inventory carrying cost. So that means he is asking about the minimum inventory holding or carrying cost. He is asking about the holding cost or the carrying cost, right? So how to calculate that? Calculate the total inventory cost, that is average inventory. Average inventory is what? EBQ divided by 2. Sir, why do we take this average inventory? Why not the total inventory? Because we do not carry the same amount of inventory throughout the year or whatever the period is. The inventory keeps on changing. One day you will have 20 units of the finished goods in the godown. The next day you might have 15, right? Because you sold 5 units. Next day you might have 25 units because you added from the production 10 units. The next day you might be having 10 units because you sold the remaining 15 units. So this inventory keeps on changing. So what we can take is, we can only take the average inventory. On an average, what is the quantity of inventory that we carry in our godown, right? So average inventory multiplied by inventory cost per unit per annum. This is important, right? This is very important to remember, that you have to take the carrying cost per unit per annum. I am repeating again and again so that you do not forget about it, right? So average inventory is given, calculated, carrying cost calculated, sir. Minimum inventory holding cost is 30,360. No issues. Question number 6 done. So with this, the chapter of unit and batch costing is complete. The rest of the questions I have covered in the ICI SM series. Hindi series already available, English series coming up very soon, sir. So you can join the SM series. That is going to be really helpful for you people. And download the mobile app, because you will get all the latest notifications related to test series, related to any useful course that we are going to launch. Everything you will get it on the mobile app, the Android mobile app that we have got. You can download it right from the Play Store. So with this, we complete this chapter of unit and batch costing, right? There is nothing else to be covered in the unit and batch costing. Now what you have to do is you have to practice the questions from the SM, and you have to practice questions from our KSJ handbooks, right? This is very, very important. Now what is the next chapter? 9 chapters we have completed out of 17, right? So more than half syllabus is covered, almost half syllabus is covered, I can say. So next lecture, new chapter number 10, that is on job costing. Again, a very simple chapter, right? The last chapter, which is going to be simple. After that, we have some really brilliant chapters, right? Everything is going to be easy, don't worry about it. When you will be able to understand the concepts, then nothing is going to be difficult, isn't it? Sir, everything is going to be easy. Right, so next lecture, chapter number 10, job costing. And what you have to do is you have to practice the questions for all the chapters what we have already covered, right? So see you guys in the next lecture with the new chapter. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.